Hi, everyone. This is Autistic Ange. I don't have the brain capacity to do like my usual opening and closing. This is not planned at all. I actually did an episode earlier today, but I felt like it can't hurt to put this one up, right? So I apologize ahead of time. I'm feeling really, really anxious right now. And I thought maybe it'll help somebody or something. I just got back from the dentist. And since I haven't met anybody in real life that understands what a fucking ordeal going to the dentist is like for me, I'll just talk to everybody that is taking their precious time out of their life to listen to this podcast. Thank you. I'll tell you guys because I'm pretty sure a lot of you can relate to this. Anyways, okay, so I have work to do today. I've been doing it, but the day started with, what time did I get up? Did I get up at 9:30, I think? Yeah, because I'm surprised I slept that long, actually. So, I got up at 9:30, and I immediately started thinking about the dentist. Oh, fuck, man. And then I was thinking, maybe they'll call and cancel for whatever reason. Because there's only 2 people there that have the credentials or whatever to operate the nitrous machine. So maybe they're not there. I don't know. So even though I spend almost 2 weeks prior to the appointment thinking about the appointment, it doesn't matter. I still hope that there's a cancellation, and it wouldn't even disappoint me. I'd be so fucking happy. I don't care that I spent all this time thinking about this appointment and preparing for it. I would so rather not go, but I went, and it was the first time that I did not reschedule this appointment. A couple days or so before the appointment is when I tend to call. That was my cat. Bless you. I tend to call the dentists and reschedule for a month or 2 out. And so I think this is the first time I actually had not done that because the lady I met with last time, okay, so I told you this wasn't going to make sense. Nothing ever makes sense, does it? I don't know. Maybe. I had to hurry up and get this out because I don't like recording when my wife's home because I just don't like to be overheard. It gives me anxiety. So she's out at her eye appointment right now picking out some glasses. So I hope she stays there a bit longer so I can just finish this up. But anyways, okay, so God. So there was this lady. I don't want to say her name. I don't know if I should or not. I don't know. Well, I guess I can. I think I can. It's just not her last name. I don't know her last name. Anyways, Elaine is her name. She's a technician over there. She's one of the 2 that know how to operate the nitrous. And when I used to, I had been seeing her for a couple of years for just regular cleanings and stuff. And I had always thought, she's just rude. I had explained that I wanted to use the nitrous for cleanings because it's the only way I'm going to stay in that chair. And the one time I had, it was the last time I went to see her before I switched to a different technician. And that last time wasn't pleasant. She was just in a foul mood, and I know I did not misread that. And then she had mentioned about how to control anxiety or something without having to use the nitrous. And I just told her, I was that's not happening. This is the only way I'm going to sit in this chair. It has nothing to do with how lovely nitrous feels, because if it did, I would come here several times a year, not just once or twice. Hi, honey. That's my other cat. So back then, I don't know, what was that? A year or 2 ago. I am so bad with time. So I called the dentist the day after I had that appointment, and I said, can I please have a different technician, the other one that does the nitrous? Because I did not have a very good experience with this lady. She's rude. And I just felt bad even saying that. I wish I hadn't said that, but it's true. It was true. And I didn't know. I didn't know if she was one of those people that's just a bitch to all her customers. customers. I don't know. I don't know if she was like that, but I felt so bad for doing it afterwards. I tried not to be like really rude. I just was like, I can't go back and see her. It's just, no. So they gave me the other one, and then I liked her. She was really good. And then she went away, like after I was going to go in and see her the third time, and she had maternity leave that she was out on. So I was back with Elaine again, and she's like, are you okay with that? And I was like, sure. But I don't think that they told her, at least she said that when we were talking after the fact. I don't think that they told her that I had called to complain and switched to the other lady. I don't know. But that was like, and that was the appointment this last time. It was the best dentist appointment I have ever been on in my entire life. For context, this is a little bit like, for context, a couple of years ago, cause we used to have 5 cats, now I have 4. One of our cats, Athena, she died. And so, you know, we had to make that decision to put her down because she had cancer and it wasn't going to get better. So we go to our animal place, or vet clinic or whatever. And that is when I thought to myself, this is before I even really knew a whole lot about autism, and then before I even knew I am autistic. But so we're there, my wife and I, like, I don't care how sad it is, I am not leaving my pet in their final moments. I do not care how much grief I feel from that. They bring such joy to my life. No way are they dying alone if I can help it. Like, no. So we're in there and we're, you know, with her during her final moments, and the vet, he is like word for word walking us through, like, okay, you know, this medicine, this is what this is called. This is how much I use. These are the things that she's going to start doing. This is how she feels right now. He just was constantly narrating. And I think my wife might have thought that that was weird, but you know what? It was oddly comforting for me. I liked that he's for sure, he's got to be autistic. And I remember thinking that, but like, who does that? Who does that when like your pet's dying and you're just like, now I'm going to do this and now I'm going to do that. But I like that. I love it. I loved that he did that because I like knowing what's going to happen. That's probably a huge part of it. And he wasn't trying to like make me feel better or anything like that. He was just explaining the process, and I found that so comforting. So this Elaine lady that I switched back to after I saw her last time and it went well, she's the same way. She's like, I'm going to do this. Now I'm going to do that. And, you know, maybe they all are like that, but I haven't had experience with like other technicians walking me through everything. And I don't care if I've been to the dentist 50 fucking times. You know, I appreciate things being told to me. Like, I like to know what's going to happen because I'm already there. I'm already anxious. And then, so she puts the nitrous on today, and I always leave my glasses on. They're big glasses. Like, I have those, I don't know. They're the size of what used to be called birth control glasses back in the 80s. Remember those big old bottle rim glasses? It's not like that. It's more squarish, like a Lisa Loeb thing without the cat looking kind of glass. I'm not good at explaining stuff. But she's like, you want to take those off? And I was like, I never take those off. And she's like, well, I mean, like, you're not getting like a complete seal. Like it might be a little bit difficult because my glasses are pretty big. And I was like, I don't care. I was like, the lights are too bright and I feel better when I have them on. So she grabs these pairs of this random pair of sunglasses. She's like, would this help if I put it over your glasses? And I'm like, thinking, oh, fuck yeah, that's going to help. Like, yes, because then hopefully you won't see my terrified eyes the entire time. I mean, you'll be working on my mouth, but so I appreciated that. And so she's able to find the right amount of nitrous to give me, even without there being a complete seal. And it works for me. Like, I feel in control, but I feel, how do I say it? Like, I feel the pain because I have a very low tolerance for pain. And that's why I hate the dentist, because it just hurts no matter what they do or how gentle they try to be. Everything about me seems sensitive. Like, I brush my teeth very well, but my gums always bleed. But I don't have gum disease. You know, I don't. But they do. They bleed. And that nitrous helps me tolerate the pain. It's like I feel it, but I don't, if that makes any sense at all. And I'm still, this lady must think, like, she must think I'm so odd because I'm still, so like what I do, I'm not even making any sense. I'm sorry, guys. I wear the same hoodie and pair of sweatpants every time I go to the dentist. And I don't know, I feel comfortable. I don't know. I can't just go to the dentist and wear shorts. That doesn't feel comfortable to me. I don't know why, but I have to have this hoodie on because while I'm laying back and she's working in my mouth, my hands are inside my pockets gripping, like just gripping the fucking material. And my legs, I noticed, are like I have them crossed down at the bottom. They're usually shaking, like I can't keep them still. And I feel like I was in a fucking workout. Like, it really only takes half an hour for her to clean my teeth. That nitrous isn't even on for a full 30 minutes. And then she's done. But these are all the things that's, like, happening. It's, like, this whole fucking experience. I feel like afterwards, when I get up to go, it feels like I ran a marathon. Like, my body just was, like, clenched the whole time. Like, my stomach muscles, everything. And I told her, I said, look, like, I know what it looks like, but that helped. That was so helpful. I'm afraid that, like, if it gets turned up anymore, I don't know. I don't want to lose control of myself. How embarrassing. Fuck no, that's not going to happen. I need to be in control, but I need to also, like, be able to do this adult thing, which is getting my teeth cleaned, because you're supposed to do that. And so and then, like, the dentist comes in. There's only two there. This is the second time I didn't get the dentist that I asked to stick with me the whole time. Because, again, she was off or whatever. I was like, is she here? Like, why am I seeing you? And I was like, sorry, I don't mean offense by that. But I guess at that point, it didn't matter. I got through the hardest part. He just did a quick check. Like, he could tell I didn't want him there. And I was good to go. But, like, when I go to stand up, my feet, like, I literally have to hold on. I had to hold on to, like, the counter because my feet were shaking. I don't know, like, that's probably anxiety maybe. I was breathing heavily, like I had ran around the fucking block or something. And this was after I had the nitrous. I don't know what to do about that part. I was on my way to go get Burger King. Because, sorry, that's my reward for this bullshit. I feel, I need a good cheeseburger and some chicken nuggets right now. I haven't eaten anything all day. That's another thing. I had, like, a few sips of water from the time I woke up until 3 o'clock when I had my appointment. Because I didn't want to have to go to the bathroom. And I didn't eat anything because I didn't want to have to get the sudden urge to take a shit. And then be uncomfortable and have to deal with that. Like, there's so many things that go through my mind. And not to mention, when you have the mask on, like, when I'm breathing in the nitrous, even without that, you have to think about these things. But I am like, okay, I'm trying to hold my mouth open as wide as I can so she doesn't have to kind of, like, pry it open. Like, back in the day, they used, what do they call them? Dental dams or something, where they, like, propped your mouth open with some wires. I don't know what the fuck they did, but I liked that. I don't care that it cut into the sides of my mouth and it was like that for a few days afterwards. I don't care about that. It just made it so that I didn't have to do any work with my mouth. Oh my God. Because it hurts, like, having to hold that shit open. I don't even know if I'm supposed to or what, but, like, so I have it open, and then I'm conscious of, like, what my tongue's doing, and then I try to remind myself, just let your tongue do what it normally does when something's in there in the dentist's, and it'll naturally go where it's supposed to go. And then I concentrate too much on that, and then I'm like, oh my God. And this machine makes noise, so when you breathe out, it makes, like, a fart sound, like. So, like, that's how the lady knows that you're breathing it properly. And, like, that's why she questioned if it's helpful for me, because when I breathe, you don't hear. But when I breathe out, you hear. It's funny now. I mean, and plus, that sounds like farting. Like, I don't want to have to listen to that the entire time. Everybody's listening to that. What if there's people out in the waiting room that don't know that a nitrous oxide machine makes a fart noise? And, like, then I come out of this room and they're like, holy fuck, man, that girl just kept farting that whole time. Like, this is just, I can't believe I think these things. I can't believe I do this, but I do. And it wouldn't be authentic if I waited until tomorrow to record something about this, because I would have been down from the anxiety and moved on. But, you know, it doesn't hurt to kind of hear somebody else going through this stuff. But yeah. One time, oh my God, my experience, this was like a few years ago. It was like, I had my appointment it was a snowstorm, but like the place is just like kind of across the street and down the road. It's like not even 2 minutes away. So like, of course I went to the appointment, and then I go to like get out of the parking lot, and those motherfuckers didn't have like a plow guy or, you know, it's just snow shovel or nothing. Like, I was in there and it snowed like 5 inches, and I wasn't even in there that long. So, and I drive a Chevy, like just a little Chevy Cruze, and I couldn't get that thing out of the parking lot. I had the window down because I was hot from all the anxiety and from inside the building and my appointment, and I just screamed so fucking loud, and it wasn't until I was done screaming that I realized the window was open. Oh my God, it was embarrassing. And not to mention, I could not get out of the parking lot, so I had to go back inside and ask for a shovel. And then I'm out there shoveling my fucking way out, and I'm thinking, why isn't there somebody else that works here that can do this for people, you know? And then I, you know, people are busy. You know, the plow guy could have just come by. He didn't know it was going to snow like 5 inches in such a short amount of time. But I'm not thinking rationally when stuff like that's going on. I'm just thinking like that day sucked because I just needed to get the fuck away from the dentist's office as soon as possible. I needed out of that parking lot. It was not a good experience, but so I told Elaine at the end, I was like, you know, my pattern is usually to call the day before and cancel and then reschedule for like a month or two out. And she's like, oh, you mean like bail on the appointment? I'm like, yep. Like, because even though I've prepped myself for a week or two, I still really don't want to go do it because, you know, like, you're so exposed. That's how I feel. Somebody's in your fucking mouth. I brush my teeth just fine, but I'm not going to lie. I don't floss every day. I know that sounds gross, but it hurts, you know. And I have like, my teeth are not tight to get. Like, I have little spaces in between, like maybe bigger than normal. I don't know how to describe this, but like not a whole lot gets stuck up in there, you know. I don't know. Maybe I just sound like a dirty bird or something, but you know, so like all the thoughts all the time, like, are they judging me? Like, my teeth are going to be so fucked up or something because like when I drink, I can't have any liquid touch my teeth because like they're all fucking sensitive. So I've developed this way of shielding my teeth with my tongue, and then it doesn't bother me at all. You know, I just don't know where I was going with that just now. I just blanked. This is embarrassing. That's my experience with the dentist. This is the same every single time. It's never going to change. As long as they still let me use that nitrous, I'll still go in there and sit in that chair for half an hour and get these fucking teeth cleaned twice a year. Because, you know, that's not really something that I don't want to do it, but I know I have to do it. Because otherwise, you know, like, am I going to have to keep going in for even more appointments for other reasons? Like, checking in with myself, my anxiety is down about 40%. I feel a little bit better. If there's anybody still listening, I appreciate it. Anxiety is just like, it's something else, man. It just like, it fucks up your thinking. Like, I blank constantly. Like when I'm an anxious person. It's just, that's what I am. I'm not, you know, I don't have anxiety. I'm just an anxious person. And I just stop thinking. I stop learning how to speak. It's embarrassing. Oh, you know, I can't end without telling you this. What the fuck? Like, how did I forget this part? So Elaine, the technician that I decided is a good fit for me again. So like the last time, I told her why I switched to technicians. I just thought I'd be honest about it because she gave me such a good appointment that I was conflicted. So I shared with her what I did. She was super nice about it. We had a good conversation. I asked if I could stay with her, if she would let me. And she said yes, because that was the best appointment I've ever had for a dentist. And today's was also like a good appointment, even though it might not sound like it. So before I left, when I stood up and I was like out of breath, and she's just looking at me and I don't know what she's thinking. I'm like, I don't know that you cared to know this, but like, I just found out like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago that I'm autistic. So that kind of explains this whole, and I was like indicating the room, like moving my hand in a circle, like this whole situation. It explains it for me. I don't know if it'll explain anything for you, but she actually appreciated being told that. And when I was waiting at the desk to pay for the nitrous, because, insurance doesn't cover that, she came back up with my chart, and she's like, do you want me to annotate in here that, that you're autistic? I was like, I don't know. I mean, you're the only person I've told. I said, you're the first person I've told outside of my wife and my therapist. So I don't really care if you put it in there or not. Like, is it really going to make a difference for you guys? Like, is it? She's like, I don't know. And she's like, I think it will. And she couldn't help, or she couldn't, I don't know what I was getting ready to say, but she wrote it in there that I'm autistic. And I'm not expecting anybody, I really kind of, I don't know, maybe she shouldn't have wrote it in there. Maybe I should have asked her not to. I don't know. Fucking know. It's probably not going to get, I'm not going to get questioned about it or anything. I'm not embarrassed that I'm autistic. I just feel a little frustrated because, I know that there's a huge lack of knowledge out there. I don't know how well that dentist place knows about autism. And if, because I don't think they do that much, because it's not sensory friendly at all. It's not set up for us autistics. Bright lights, lots of noise, drills, no, not set up for us. But I don't know, I could tell that she didn't really have a lot of knowledge about it. I didn't judge her because, of course, I'm still trying to figure autism out. But it meant so much to me when she came back in, or when she came back over and asked, do you want me to put this in your chart? She didn't make me feel weird. She didn't look at me like, I don't believe that you're autistic. And then it made me question, geez, was she just going through something really rough those times that she wasn't very pleasant to be around? And then I felt bad for switching back in the day, but I don't know. I'm just talking in circles now. But so that was different. That's the first person I've said out loud, I'm autistic to, that I don't know that well. I mean, which makes it a bit easier. That's why it makes this podcast a little bit easier, because I don't know you guys. And it's like when you meet a stranger, if something embarrassing happens in front of that stranger, you're not going to see them again probably. So, well, it doesn't matter, I don't know. Am I making sense? I probably should go get Burger King now, because, because my mind is blanking and words. So thank you for listening. This is what the experience of going to the fucking dentist is like for me. Let me know what yours is like, please, because it always helps me to hear that that other people have similar experiences. It just is so fucking helpful, and it makes me feel less alone. So let me know if this is you. I hope you guys have a good day. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.